Anyway, all right, let's get to the next part of this thing. And again, folks, we have not got the ratings yet. This just happened last night. Ratings haven't come out, but we are both, Brian and I, just salivating to find this out because there's limits to human endurance. I mean, if you were confined to a hospital bed in a medically induced coma and could not reach the remote or use telekinesis to will the channel to change, you may have watched the rest of this program. But this one right here, triple threat, anything goes, no DQ, lazy booking.
My specialty.
Trent of the Puddin' Gang, Penthouse with Alex.
Knock, knock.
And you heard him, folks, the plumber, Jon Moxley.
Captain Blood.
Didn't they just do last week a triple threat tag team match with these guys and 3 more guys?
You know what? It was midway through this match where I realized it wasn't a rematch. There was no other tag team. It was just a singles 3-way.
They went from a 3-way tag team match last week that's no DQ, anything goes, to this week a triple threat, anything goes, no DQ singles match with half of the people that were in the match last week. And so to make up for it, there was more garbage here and more. Again, it was the same garbage match you would expect from 3 guys who are either rotten workers, have no common sense, or work for a company run by a mark, or in some cases, all 3. The first 2 moves. I'm sorry, John, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Checkmate.
Well, the thing is, they started fighting before the plumber even got to the goddamn ring, as far as I can recall, but they were all on the floor. That's where the match started. And the first 2 moves of the match were dives. People were diving before they even fucking said hello. And then I think Penthouse brought in a garbage can and a lid. And that's when the plumber pulled out a barbed wire 2x4. And Penthouse got a table. No, but it was 2 tables, and they were setting them up at ringside while the fucking plumber had already raked the barbed wire over Jobber Trent's head, so he was bleeding. And they've got job guys that matter not for anything, getting color on their television just to satisfy Moxley and his fucking delusions, dementia, warpness, whatever the fuck. And again, the Lucha Brothers, we've seen them 4 fucking years. Nobody knows what they could take their masks off next week and give them 2 different names, and they could run for 4 more years as different people. But goddamn, we've seen everything they've got going on. This is constantly the same, and it devalues and diminishes the people with actual talent that are trying their best to get over on this program, because Tony indulges these fucking idiots in more tables. And the plumber got superplexed off the top rope through tables, but he was up moments later. Trent let fucking Penthouse give him a Canadian destroyer off the top rope through a table. The plumber poured out a bag of thumbtacks. They all rolled around in them, and then the plumber made sure to take a big bump in them so he could have 100 of them sticking in his back. Renee Moxley Good looks like a normal fucking human being. How does she tolerate this fucking guy in the other end of the house? It'd be like living with the fucking freaks in the circus. And then they all stood there and chopped each other. And then the plumber DDT'd Penthouse, and Trent stole the win. The first match that Trent has won on Dynamite in 3 years is a garbage match where he beats, in effect, the guy that's a former AEW world champion, is supposed to be one of the top names in the company, this buggy whipped armed fucking sunken chested goddamn balding fucking geek from Cincinnati. Mitchell. And then all the partners came down. And they all got in a fake looking fight on the floor that went forever with more furniture. And then Moxley, remember I told you last week, it looks like Moxley got hot at old Pockets because he fucking got up from out from under him and just walked off on their fight. This time, Pockets, right in the middle of the ring, gave Moxley the Superman punch, and Moxley did the fucking drunk-legged sell and staggered and went through the ropes and landed on his feet, never went down from this fucking goof's punch.
Jake Roberts and Muhammad Ali.
There you go.
Nor the Barbarians bumping all over the place. Jake won't go down.
Except Jake's response was, I'm coming back, and he's not. Well, both these motherfuckers are coming back. I think maybe Moxley thinks now he's too badass to go down for the fucking phony move of a fucking mascot. But nevertheless, then Muffin Top, old Muffin Top Taylor of the Puddin' Gang, he got on the microphone and made sure to say goddamn. And they're going to have some match on the Friday show that nobody watches. I would fire the fucking bunch of these morons. Except if I was Tony, I couldn't fire them because I'm the one that probably said, oh yeah, go out and do all this stupid shit and cuss on my television. Bleed for no reason.
You know, the most infuriating thing may be having had to sit through this putrid series of matches so far, that they're sending everyone to Friday night to see the conclusion of this, which means no one's going to be watching. That's just a waste of our time. At least do it next week on this show.
Yes. Again, nobody wants to see any more of that to begin with. But even if it was good, they're probably not going to watch the Friday night show because it's not going to be as good as the Saturday night show. And it's usually not even as good as the Wednesday night show. So you've already shot yourself in the dick on Friday night. So don't advertise something that nobody's going to fucking bother to partake in anyway on this thing. And then just, we never see the resolution. And it's not just us. It's, what is it? 35 or 40% of the, or is it that much of the Wednesday night audience actually watches Friday?
Oh, I got to check what the numbers are. Everything else is going up. Every other show, like NXT's been going up. We have to talk about that at some point on a future show. Rampage is the one that, it's like it barely exists.
We can hope.